The Borg are back, but what are they? Next on Star Trek Theory. Welcome to Star Trek Theory, where we look at ideas, theories, and speculation on everything Star Trek. Let's dive in and continue breaking down a recent trailer of the new Picard series. If you haven't seen that already, definitely check it out. In the last video, we looked at the Romulan-Borg connection and how they managed to get their hands on Borg technology. The big takeaway is that this looks like it could be a Borg Prisoner ship, run by Romulans. There are guards next to the Borg alcoves, and from the writing on this sign, it seems they've been holding the Borg there for 16 years. Or at least there haven't been any assimilations in that time. Yet none of the prisoners actually look like Borg at all. None of them have any Borg implants. So are these really Borg? Also, the bright lighting, the white tones, and the white and red outfits give it a bit of a medical facility feeling to it. Are these Borgs that have lost their implants and are now prisoners, or patients, or both? If so, how and why would they have lost their implants? One possibility is this could simply be a continuation of the end to Star Trek Voyager. In the final episodes, we see the Borg collapsing as the Queen dies due to the virus that the future Admiral Janeway infected them with. Did this virus spread throughout all of the other Borg, severing their links to the Borg technology, and in so doing, they disconnected from the Collective, becoming individuals again? The Romulans could have come upon a damaged Borg ship, where all of the drones were dazed and confused, disconnected. But if that's true, why keep them in a prison? Perhaps they still actually retain the ability of the hive mind. They're all still linked to each other, and able to communicate with each other telepathically. This actually has some precedent. In an episode of Voyager, Chakotay found a colony of former Borg drones, living their lives but all still connected mentally.
Hear our voices. Open your mind to our thoughts. Our collective strength here.
There was also another episode where 7 of 9 found her old Borg companions, and the 3 of them had been forged together, which persisted even after they were liberated from the Borg. Perhaps they're just too dangerous to be allowed to leave the Borg Cube now, so the Romulans are keeping them there for their own good and for everyone else's. Maybe they're a huge threat to the galaxy with their capabilities. Comment down below with your thoughts on the theory so far. The Borg virus could also explain why they're losing their implants and why some former Borg did not. 7 of 9, or the Borg children of Voyager, for example, still had some implants which couldn't be removed. But in this case, it makes sense, since they weren't connected to the Collective and so they weren't exposed to the virus. And the virus came from the future, so it could have been extremely advanced, causing any Borg implant to disconnect. The Borg could literally have fell apart, much like the Queen did. So let's assume the Borg were infected with this virus. Their implants started to fall away, but their minds remained connected. All of those thousands or even millions of former drones still connected mentally, but dazed from the experience. The Romulans just came across a damaged Borg Cube, and there's probably hundreds or thousands of them still in the Delta Quadrant. And they essentially quarantined it. These Borgs can't be allowed to leave because of the risk they pose. Think how much of a threat this group could be. All individuals now, yet still all connected. They are no longer part of the Borg Collective, and it might be apt to call them the Borg Cooperative. And here I think, who better to lead them than Hugh, one of the first Borg to gain individuality. Since he wasn't connected to the Collective and exposed to the virus also, he would still look the same. He would be a Borg and retain all of his implants. This could actually explain the scene in the trailer, which looks like they're removing Hugh's Borg implants. The actor gave some hints in a recent interview.
I can confirm to you that I'm still a part Borg, and that I am a developed human version of the last time I saw him. So he's, as they're leaving the planet, I say, well, what are we going to do now? We have no leader. And Picard says, I don't think that's true. Mm-hmm. So the implication being that I, in TNG, ended up in with this colony of Borg, and all I can say is that he's developed further in his leadership capacities.
That's awesome.
If true, this means Hugh could be a big part of the show. So how can this tie into the series? Perhaps there's another more sinister connection going on here. It's hard to believe that in the 16 years since they've made this prison, that Starfleet would not have found out about this Borg prison ship. Is Starfleet helping them all along? Is it a joint prison ship? That could actually explain why the writing on the sign is in both Romulan and English. Maybe Picard knew about it and he resigned out of frustration. Or if he didn't, he's gonna find out in this new series. And it's this realization that spurs him on to act. He wants to fix an injustice in the galaxy. What the Romulans are doing to these people, keeping them against their will, no matter if they are Borg or not, is an injustice in Picard's mind. Here's where Picard's morals may clash with Starfleet's, and it's only a small group of renegades becomes Picard's only hope. Check out the last video where we looked at who this new motley crew is, and what their connection to Picard could be. So there's still some more questions. How does Dahj fit into all of this? Why is she in the prison? Is she infiltrating it? Or was she there from the start? We'll dig deeper into this in the next video. So comment down below what you think about this idea. Do you think this is how the Borg will be back? And is Hugh the new leader of the Borg Cooperative? And definitely subscribe for more ideas, theories, and speculation on everything Star Trek. So thanks for watching, and Trek on!